Being a dental practice owner can be part awesome, part annoying. I should know. My name is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman, and I've been a practice owner for over 15 years. I've also been part of a dental practice, born into it, for 44 years. And there's one thing that can cause frustration in a dental office that has happened since the beginning of time, and that is, when should I schedule my appointment? Many times I've heard my team on the phone for 16, 17 minutes saying, "Oh, your daughter has ballet, you have Pilates, you have to go here," and then they don't even schedule the appointment. Well, we have a solution for you to remove all of that friction. A solution I have been using for the past 3+ years that is one of the best things that has happened to my dental practice. I have been able to hire a full-time team member that never asks for a day off, never complains 24/7 for less than 50 cents an hour. So you want to watch in on this content piece, because every dental office should be using this amazing service from our fantastic key resource and sponsor. And I want to introduce you to the awesome Emily Dunkin, Director of Business Development at LocalMed, an awesome person, an awesome dentist human. Emily, just orient our audience as to what you do in your daily dental life to help dentists and humans increase success and decrease stress.
Yeah, so thanks for that intro. My name is Emily, everybody, and I am the Director of Business Development at LocalMed by Dental Intelligence. And really what LocalMed does is we offer an online scheduling solution that allows patients to schedule a fully booked appointment online without your front desk staff ever picking up the phone, having to do any manual intervention. We run in the background to help patients schedule online in just a couple minutes and a few clicks.
I mean, when I heard about this in 2018, I believe it was, I was like, I need this, because I've been on both ends of this. As the dental practice owner, it's frustrating when people can't pick an appointment, cancel their appointment. And also, as somebody who's a busy person, I like to schedule online. I wouldn't see my dermatologist ever if I couldn't schedule online. So tell us a little bit about the journey of how practice has been impacted by this. I know you're going to share some stats about our practice, but to me, this is such a Nacho brainer, because people, I think about this is kind of cool, Emily. They're thinking about the dentist at odd hours. I see appointments come in 2 a.m. A mom is scheduling her and her whole family, and maybe that's the only time they can sit down and do that. But just break down how it works. Is it on our website? Does it work with practice management software, and the impact you've seen on practices?
Yeah. So LocalMed integrates directly with your practice management system. So that means it's reading and writing with your practice management system in real time. So your practice is in complete control of who is scheduling, when they're scheduling, all that good stuff. But once it's set up, it takes about a 15-minute phone call. And then once it's set up, it really is meant to run in the background. So Paul, probably at your practice, you see this too. It's like a set it and forget it kind of system.
Yeah.
So you build it to know your exact rules, and then the patients can go from there and schedule that appointment. And I totally agree with you, Paul, because I almost won't go to places or become a new client at places that don't offer online scheduling. I was just working to find a new therapist is one of my 2022 goals.
Really great goal.
I literally was specifically seeking out therapists that we can schedule online and do all of that stuff online. So I really think not just a 2022 thing, but people are looking for it. We're so busy, So when I can cross something off my list and schedule it while I'm working versus step out of the office, make a phone call, play phone tag, it's important to offer your patients that convenience right now.
Let's just focus on this for a second. So I have two life mantras, well, three. One, always beating nachos. But after that, it is, if it doesn't help, it doesn't matter. So no matter what I do, but let's just use my dental office. It helps for patients to get hygiene, maintenance, their teeth cleaned, things checked, just like your car. So we've identified, let's just stick with hygiene visits. I know LocalMed can do a lot of things, but primarily the impact for us has been hygiene visits. So we know it helps patients to get their teeth clean. Then I'm proud to sell help, because I'm proud to sell this to patients to help them. And in our businesses, we need to have full hygiene schedules to exist. We're private practices.
Yep.
So LocalMed has made it so awesome for my patients to schedule anytime, anywhere. But you had some stats on how this helped me just recently. Share that with our audience.
So coming off the holidays, I wanted to check in at your practice, because obviously you love LocalMed, but sometimes actually see what's it doing for us. So in November and December, you guys LocalMed scheduled for you guys 17 new patients at your practice. So whether that sounds like a huge number for your practice or not, 17 new patients is never a bad thing, right? But 4 of those, I think it was 4 or 5 of those appointments and those new patients, they scheduled on the days that you were off for Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's. So your staff was at home, like opening presents with their family, celebrating New Year's, eating Thanksgiving dinner, which is also when people are off, right? Your patients are off. So that's when they're thinking about their to-do list, unfortunately, on the holidays. So that's kind of one of my favorite little nuances of local med is it really is gonna run in the background, and you have, just like that, a staff member working on Christmas with no complaints. They're happy about it, and they're cheap. Like you said,
Yeah.
nothing.
And what I want to highlight there is, it helps our patient schedule. It
Mhm.
helps new patients meet us. It makes them optimally convenient for the patient, and then has this huge ROI of helping patients and
Right.
bringing in revenue, because we know the dental office is not everyone's favorite place to go, but they want to go. So when you make it friction free for them to schedule, and that's why when I joke and say this team member, I think of LocalMed as a team member. I don't know if it's a
Yeah.
robot. I don't know if robots are coming to take over, but LocalMed is one of the friendly robots. It can join me anytime as we move through Earth, because it works all the time. And I've been sitting there on Sunday with the moderators watching Sing for the 40th time. And I happen to just look at my phone and say, oh man, 2 people scheduled on LocalMed. That's great. So I know we have a ton of fans using LocalMed, and many of my Nacho followers have said this is one of the best things we do, but there's so many people in this Nacho audience. So let's say we got a practice owner or office manager listening in right now saying, this sounds good. I'm going to text in and do this free demo. What happens at the demo? Who's going to run them through it, and how long does it take to integrate into their practice?
Yeah, so if you schedule a demo with my team, it's gonna be with one of my account executives, and they're gonna run through in as quick as like 6 minutes. We can honestly show you everything there is to know about LocalMed because it's a really simple product. But we'll run through what it looks like for a patient to schedule that appointment, what it's gonna look like for your front desk, for your practice, and then also we'll talk a little bit about the setup. I said it's a 15-minute phone call. It takes, about 2 days for us to work things out in the back end. As soon as next week, you guys could have online scheduling on your website, on your Facebook page,
That's right.
Instagram, Twitter, direct mailers, wherever your patients find you, we can have you set up in, about a week's time or quicker
That's a phenomenal onboarding process. And just this week, I was at my dental office yesterday trying not to cry inside. It was not easy for me. This is like 5 of these things. But our hygiene schedule starts to get decimated for reasonable reasons. People have exposures. People are sick. But then if you can text out or email out or put on your Facebook page, hey, we have 3 appointments available. I don't say 3 people cancel and don't like us. I say, we have 3 appointments available. You capture a college kid home from break. You capture somebody who wants their teeth fixed. So it just gives you the power of technology. Now, I know my dentist people, Emily. Not sure what happened before you worked in this industry. But most people like to save money and are fairly frugal. Dentists are a special level of cheap, and I'm trying to help them realize that this helps make them money. But what type of general monthly investment are offices spending to invest in LocalMed most of the time?
Yeah. So LocalMed starts at $249. We do have some price breaks depending, so it can go all the way down to $199 a month.
Awesome.
And that's a flat fee, and we also offer no long-term contracts. So if you want to try out a month to month and just give it a chance, maybe give it 3 months and see what it does for your practice. There's no long-term commitment there.
This is what I'd like to share is, I don't know, I'm a medium-aged dentist. This stuff didn't exist when I started in dentistry. So even if we take the round number of investing $3,000 a year, having a team member to book hygiene, if you book 100 hygiene appointments, the impact of that is in multiple 6 figures for coming into your practice. So what's cool about living in 2022, quite a few annoying parts, but what's cool is they've allowed us to use technology. Like you can get a private chauffeur called an Uber come to your house for what used to cost 10 times as much. I drive for this company called Duber. It's Dad Uber. I take people to school in the morning. I get paid nothing, and I have to clean up the Uber. Real Ubers can come and get you for this. So that's get you at your house. So that's what you should think of LocalMed as. This ultimate open table. JFO, take the demo. And I know as part of being part of Dental Nachos and being an awesome sponsor, will our Nacho followers even get an extra special deal, Emily?
Absolutely. We give you guys an extra discount on the setup cost. You guys try it out. It's awesome. You're going to love it. And it's a really simple, it's a no-brainer. It's a Nacho brainer. I think
I love that. A Nacho brainer. And this was totally relevant in 2018. But as we had struggled to keep our team intact, do not forget about booking appointments that make you be successful, and your team will love it. I mean, what happens in dental offices, we're all kind of this family, right? We love each other, we argue sometimes, and when a new idea comes in, they say, another new idea. And then you go a few years later, they say, I don't know how I live without LocalMed. I don't know how I live without a review platform. I don't know how I live without someone who helped with insurance. So embrace this Nacho brainer. Emily, thanks so much for sharing with us. Before we jump off, anything we missed or anything else you want to share with our audience?
No, I think we covered it all. I mean, I would say again, just give it a try. One last analogy I guess I'll end with is kind of how much Amazon shopping I've been doing, especially through the holidays, right? So I like to think a lot of you guys might think I already have online scheduling. I have a request button on my website. So the thing I'll end with is I just want you to think if you're on Amazon and you're shopping and you find some things, they're in your cart, right? And you go to click buy, and instead of allowing you to buy it, it just says, you know what? Amazon's going to call you in a day or two. Hopefully you're free and we'll get this purchase finished up. So LocalMed is kind of the Amazon cart, shopping cart analogy for your dental practice. It's going to just close that loop on patients who are trying to do everything online. They already found you online, and now they
Yeah.
want to finish this and get it off their list. So that's
Such
the
an
analogy
awesome,
I'll end with.
I love that. It's such an awesome point. If they find you online, they want to schedule online. If they
Yep.
find you online, they don't necessarily want to call. So I really think that's awesome. Please take this opportunity to increase your success, your sanity. Text local to 215-543-6454. You're going to be glad that you did. Thanks so much, Emily.
Thanks, Paul.